Yo, hey everybody, we're back. How you doing? Nice to see you here. I was just talking to a few folks here on the chat before the show started. Paul, I know you're trying to get to become a member. You might have to use a desktop to do it, or you've got to change your phone settings to Windows mode to find the join button. This is a pain. People have been going through this. I know all about it. Just give that a try and see if it happens. I need to buy the lesson on writing options. Yes, you do. You might need a few lessons there, Paul. Check them out, but it'll be good for you because you can do some really neat stuff here. Good afternoon, everybody, says Hector. How you doing, Hector? Nice to have you here. Patience, says David, is my middle name. Trying to stick to an actual strategy for the first time ever instead of being emotional about it. Right on, Dave. That's the hardest thing to do. And let's see, Coyote, Paul, it's 100% worth it. You make your money back so fast. Rob is saying, neat. Or Bobby, what's the odds Matterport pullback for real this week? I don't know. It's been what a run. I gotta tell you, $29.90 for the high on Matterport while I'm off the air. Wow, 28.50 right now, up 138, looking great. Rocketlab 15.44 up 115, and SoFi 21.92, trying to come back to $22. GameStop down 116 to 207.16, now 208.16. Watching GameStop closely. ME 11.04 down 13. Spire up 3 cents to 5.42. ATIP 4.38 up 44 cents. Smart rent down 18. Sextera down a penny. What a day today. John, average down more on my Spire for every 750 calls. Bid came down to me right on. We have number 50 thumbs up has come in already. That is pretty cool. Number 70 now. We got 70 thumbs ups and climbing. Thank you, everybody, for hitting the thumbs up button right away. Bobby, $6 in 2 days. Yeah, 5 yesterday, like $4.95 gain yesterday on Matterport, and now $1.36 today. Yeah, we're on fire here. Get ready. All of these are going to do this. Every one of these stocks they're all going to go. It's just what day I can't tell you. Okay, I'll go onto my Mac. Says Paul. Try that, Paul. Yeah, hopefully you'll find the when you get to my page, my channel page, my home page. I hope that's where you'll be able to link in. What else is happening here? Uncle Bruce, I really need to pull back on Matterport. I really need a pullback. Well, other than that, or you just do a rollover. You'll just roll over your contracts. You can always do a rollover and bring in more money. So keep that in mind. Flesh infection, it's got to correct eventually, my thoughts, Bobby, but for all we know, there's the news brewing. Rob, I know, right, buddy, but it's looking so strong. I Smell Money says, for those that wrote calls before Matterport ran, should we still wait for a pullback on December calls we wrote, or buy back now and go higher for January, February? I wish MTTR had weeklies. Again, you don't have to do anything today. I look at it this way. Sometimes you want to do a rollover rather than be forced to do a rollover, and they'll tell you why you want to do a rollover. If you wrote on Matterport, say 24s, 2250s, 25s, and you're now, they're now in the money because the stock's 28, let's call it 28.50 right now. The way I look at it is if the shares are topping out here at 28.50 to 29 for a little bit, and they might kind of hang out here a little bit, but then they might back off easily to 25, but not back to 24 or 22 where you are. You want to roll into 30s if you can. And the reason I say it is because if you can write December 30s and bring in a fat premium that's equal or to or probably larger, and that's the trick of it now. You want to write a contract that's larger in dollars than what you need to pay to buy back your contract. So look at it this way. If you're buying back a call option for, say, you wrote it for, I don't know, $2, and you're now buying it back for $5, you're going to look for a contract that you can write for $5 or $6 or $7 and bring in more money. Now, if that means you have to write December 30s or you have to write January 30s, so be it. You write those contracts. And now what you've done is you've gone out of the money again. You're ahead of the market. And if the shares back off to 24.25 on a profit-taking move in the next week or so, what do you care? You don't mind. You're a happy camper. You're long your stock, so the higher it goes, the richer you are. Now up to 30, you don't care, because if it wants to go to 30, you got a $30 option. But the reality is, if the shares back off $2 or $3, these $5, $6 contracts will back off, and that gets to the point where they back off to the point where you might either buy them back and roll into maybe week by the time weeklies show up. If you've sold January's, you might roll into December's. If the shares really back up, if they back off like in one day, they drop $3-4 to, from 26 to 23, your 30s will go down to $2 each. You'll just buy them back and take the $3-4 gain that you made on those, and now look at writing 24s for 2 weeks out. Now, the hope I have, and the hope a lot of you have, is that we will have weekly contracts trading in the not too distant future on Matterport. I think we will. I really do. The stock is now approaching close to 30. I think weeklies are a done deal. It's coming. I just don't know what day. And I don't know what the breakdowns will be. I'm hoping that we'll be able to buy and sell contracts on Matterport weeklies with $1 increments. That would be fabulous. So you can write 23s all the way up to 35s, 40s in $1 increments all the way up every week going forward. The stock just needs more trading, more and more action. The contracts need more action. You can count on it that the option regulators, the guys who make these markets, are watching volumes pick up on some of our SPACs. No question about it. And there will be weeklies. There are weeklies now on SoFi. There will be weeklies on others. So we're just early. That's really the end game. Okay. I picked up 370 shares of Spire today. Let's sit back and enjoy the ride now, Uncle Bruce. Yeah, baby. Let's hope so. I want to see some happening here on Spire. I am just got this vibe that in the next 2 or 3 days it's all over, and now Spire is gonna go. I just smell opportunity knocking at our door here at any point. But in the meantime, today it's all about ATIP. 436 up 42 cents. Wow. Perhaps people here were correct. It's getting a Facebook effect. I don't know what that means. Brian, I sold Matterport stock 2 days ago for $25.99. Oh, well, I was still up 80%, and I put that money back into SoFi, 15 more SoFi, and I can start writing. Brian, you're making money, and that's the bottom line, isn't it? You're going from an escalator to another escalator. Sometimes they go higher on you. I get it. Brian, you're working, and you're working your way up to 100 shares. Way to go. And then you'll be an option writer, and you'll start bringing in income. It's all good. These are early days for you too, buddy. Andrew, well, when and who decides to add further out of the money options? Matterport only go to 40. I needed to roll up today, and I couldn't. That might be an any day thing as well. Andrew, that could be tomorrow. That could be next week. Just hang tight if you can. If you can, hang tight. We'll see what's going on. Deep value investing. Hey, Bruce, were you able to take a look at the Eastman Kodak and seen their yearly chart as well as the debt and cash on hand? No, sir. I don't follow it, and I won't be following it. John, that's a brave thing to say, Bruce. Okay. John, ugh, I was assigned on both ME and Matterport. Well, you got paid out. Now you can buy back in. DJ, there are only 240 million shares of Matterport. This will come into play on the price of the stock. Yeah, well, Matterport's volume today is what, 12 million. So 5% of the company's trading today, and I bet you many of those will not trade because people on the inside are not giving up this stock. They know how valuable they're going to become. They're not giving up this stock. After watching these Spire dips, I set an order at 531, snatched up 100 at the day's low. Beautiful job. If you'd have done it at 530, you may or may not have gotten it because it's a round number, but at 531, you were first. Nice job. Flesh Infection, been watching the SPACs for how long now? None of them went up 6 and stuck that I'm aware of. It's all new and it's all early. These are early days. We're in uncharted waters now for a number of these SPACs. Things will now, they will keep evolving. I mean, eventually, stocks like Matterport, SoFi, and others, it could well be that 6 months from now, we have stocks trading between 40 and 60 a share, some trading between 30 and 50 a share, some between 20 and 35 a share, some between 15 and 20, and some between 10 and 20. I mean, we could be all over the map on these guys. Each company's different. Each company is going its own direction, and there will be shares that will eventually start moving dollars a day as a normal thing Others will move 30, 40 cents a day. It's just each one's different. We can't can't put them in one. You can't put them in one little area. They're all in their own little worlds. You may find that you'll have a SPAC that one day you'll see a SPAC move $8. You'll see another day a SPAC move 10, and you'll just go, wow, I remember when they did, they moved 50 cents, and that was a big deal. That's the way it is. If you have trouble with a web page, check your ad blocker or other add-ons, or try another browser. Good advice there for those trying to become members of this channel. I need to pull back too, but I got until December 17. There you go. Fenville, number 97, checking in. The number 97 thumbs up is here. We're at 128 thumbs ups, everybody. Thank you for these. Vilbus, I'm waiting on rolling my December Matterport covered call until it has a chance to pull back some. There you go. Paul, so it's better for me to cash in my 1250 Jan Matterport and get stock. Well, look, if you can sell enough, if you can get enough stock that you can write options now, become an option writer and take the opposite side and make the clock work for you. Absolutely. Farmer T, I wrote an in the money covered call for Matterport when it was 22.50 this Friday. I can roll it, or do you think I should wait a few days to see if the shares come back down? If you roll it now and the shares do come back down, you're a winner, because you're rolling into a new contract, hopefully bringing in more money than you're paying, and they will back off, and you will enjoy the depreciation of the contract. On the other hand, if the shares do back off a bit, and they might, I'm not saying they will, I'm not saying they won't, you'll find that your contract will drop in value, of course. The key now, though, is that you're out of the money by what, $6? It's 28.50, so you're $6 behind the market. If you can move into a higher priced contract further out, that will bring you more cash than it costs you to buy this back, I think you're better off. Even if you're doing a 25, or if you can get a 27.50 or a 30, I think that's the way to go. Farmer T, the strike is 22.50. Joe, good afternoon. Hi. Just got my options approved on a Webull, says Sarah. What options should I buy on ATIP? On ATIP, you're looking at, if you can afford to buy 250 contracts that are out into next year country, that's where I would be directing you. You can look at maybe 5. So let me take a look at some options on ATIP. I haven't looked at the option chain in a long time. Let's see what we have here. I would be looking at February contracts at the earliest, just to be really comfortable and way out there. The stock is $437 a share, okay? The 250 contracts are now 180 to 195. So if you can put in a 185 bid, what would that cost you? Would it be 250, 350, 430? That would be a steal. 190, oh my, yeah. I would just buy the 250 contracts for February the 18th. They're offered at 195. I just buy them at 195 because even if you pay $2 for these things, you're paying $450 for the stock with a 437 trading price. So getting them at 195, you're picking them up at 445. You're paying a 8-cent premium. This is a giveaway, an absolute giveaway. That's what I would be looking at. The 5s are 55 cents, but I tell you, I'd rather be into the 250s and be in the money. Now, beyond February, I would look at May contracts, because those are the next ones available. And the May 250s are showing 190 to 215. I would put in a stink bid at $2 and see if you can get them at $2. If you can get it, because there's no one else bidding you'd be bidding $2. If you can get them for $2, you're paying $450 a contract for a contract that expires next May. I like this deal. And then beyond that, you're looking at January 2023, which is out there. But nonetheless, the contracts are 150 to 250 bid ask. I would put in a bid at like $2 and just see if you get lucky. If you got hit at 2 on a January 2023 contract for 250 on ATIP, that would be a bargain right there. Those are some suggestions for me. The 250s is where I would direct you, not the 5s. Just saying. Interesting stuff. but only buy contracts. Don't write any. Just buy these ATIPs, but way out there. Okay. Let's see. My Matterport covered call will probably expire before weeklies are made. Right, I have to eat this rollout. We'll have to see, Pickled. Again, you got to just kind of go minute by minute. If you can do a rollover, like let's say you wrote 2250s and you can roll into 25s for a month further out or two, then I would make that move. That would, if you're going to get exercised, you might as well be exercised at 25, not 22, or go from 22 to 26, or whatever you can get your hands on. Right, move up. Bobby, you can buy a call in the money for the next year, though. You can do that. The other thing is you can let's say you have to buy back the call you have because you're way in the money, but you can only write a call for let's say a 30, and you can only get $4 for it versus you need to get 6. Take the $2 loss on the contract trade and gain the $8 on your buyout. You're in the money because you're right now out of the money at 30, but I would move up with that exercise price if that is possible. Again, I don't know your situation, so I'm completely speculating on my own. I don't know what your scenario actually is. Let's see. I'm not. Yeah, Rob, I know that the Mays are under $1, but I'm not a fan of the 5s. I would be a fan of the 250s. I love the idea that they're in the money, man. They're in the money. Bruce, if a stock has a huge run-up, for example, Matterport, would it be really risky to write a leap and then buy it back on the dip, netting more than, say, a two weekly contract? I think you mentioned in Sunday with GameStop. Well, again, you can play this any way you like. If you do write way out contracts like on Matterport, you want to write out a 2023 contract or a 2024. If you can do it, if you want to do that, fair enough. Sure, if the stock goes from 28.50 where we are now back to $20, just let's say in 3 weeks it's down to 20 because it's a long, slow slide back. I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm just saying, what if it did happen? You wrote 30s way out there, then hey, you'll buy them back for less money. Yeah, you betcha you will. You're not going to wait. You're not likely to wait until 2023 or 2024 to cash in. Let's see here. The 30s for January 2023 are $9. So, I mean, if you can sell a contract for $9, that's $900 a contract for every 100 Matterport you have. And the Matterport does back off to $20 a share a month from now. Those 2023 Januaries will go down to at least $6, maybe $5.50. You won't make, $6 or $8 gain on that kind of a move because the contract has a long time to live. But you're sitting on 900 right now, and hey, even if you make 250 on a contract and you buy it back for 650, so what's wrong with 650? On the other hand, if the stock goes up to $34 Monday morning for whatever reason, and you get exercised, do you care? You sold at 39. You got the $9 premium, and you're getting bought out at 30. I don't see it happening, but if it goes to $34 a share, these contracts still are only worth $4 book value. With time on top of it, they'll probably trade at 11. So I mean, yeah, no big deal. You got your $9, and you've got a lot of time in your hands. I'm not anticipating the stock to go to 34 on Monday, but I didn't anticipate it to hit 29.90 today. I didn't call that either. They were 24.75 this morning, and then they hit 29.90. What the hey? Why the face? What's going on? The 2024 Januaries for $30 are $11.30 to $15. So you want to offer some 30s at $14.90 and maybe get lucky? Good luck to you. I don't know if that's going to happen. On those 30s for the 2023 range, they're 9 to 9.30. So, you're not going to get much more than 9.30. You have to join the guy at 9.30 if you want to get 9.30. On the other hand, if the shares do go up to 29 again, 29.50 today, you could write these 30s out at 9.90 or at 10.45 and see if you get lucky on a stink offer. Just saying. You can play it any way you want. Interesting stuff. Red Solo Cup. Can't wait for that 23 theta hit on my Matterport 30 covered call tomorrow. Roach on Tree. Oh man, ATIP Inspire puts stocks on the table put stacks on the table today, right as Emmy. And so if I take it back off, at least I'm evenish. FS Uncle Bruce, my Rocketlab call I bought months ago. $10 strike expiring Jan 21 with $290 is now $570. So about 30 US dollars premium, right? Should I still wait until I close my position? I think so. So you bought the contract, a $10 strike for January. It's now sitting at about 570 on your Rocketlab, because your Rocketlab is 540 a share. So you got a $30 premium on it. So it's only trading at book value plus very little time premium. That's all it's really doing at the moment. So you're in effect playing the stock. You're playing the stock with a 570 contract, and if it goes to 16, this will probably trade at 620, 625. If the stock goes to 17, that'll be 715 to 720 a contract. That's how this is going to go. Now, obviously, if you had the stock at 15 and it goes up $1, you make $1. This will go up about 95 cents, but the percentage gain for you is much larger from 570 to 665 than from 1540 to 1640, and you're only risking original $290 to play this. So you're in good shape here, and you can ride it as long as you want. Killer Co 91.1 thousand subs. Oof. Okay. Oof. Zach turned the 40 Matterport I sold yesterday into 200 Spire today. I have 500 total now. I love this game. My account is about to level up. There you go. Right on. Not bad. Not a bad move at all. Thank you, everybody who's here today, joining in. I appreciate you all popping through here. Remember, as a member of the channel, we're going to be live tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern time for our primetime show. And it's for members only, so please consider becoming a member and join us. We're going right now to members only mode now that we're up a little bit here in time, and we're moving into the final half hour of trading. So thank you all for being part of the show today. All of you who are here, good to see you. All right, let's see here. Julia, I was able to roll the 2250s I wrote for this coming Friday into a 30 call for December. I had to spend about $3, but I raised my strike $750. There you are. Are you guys still holding bags on ATIP? By the by, Julia, going back to your situation, if the stock in the next week or two, during this next one, if it backs off to $25, this call you wrote will shrink in price, and you'll be able to buy it back for a profit, which allows you then to look at writing maybe another contract that might be a January 2750 or a 30. Again, you decide how you're going to do. Okay, are you guys still holding the bag on ATIP? Well, I got down to 266 or something like that on ATIP, and now we're at where are we at now? 4 something again, 442, and a bunch of us averaged down on it, and we've got averages way down here and below, and a whole ton of us have picked up 250 contracts, doing just fine. Thank you very much. Bring it to 10 and look out, baby. Anyway, we're sticking around and waiting for the win, and it's coming our way. Guten Tag, says Larry. Hey, buddy. Roach on a tree. The gang. Yes, 58%, says Fritz. Yeah, I averaged down from 9 to 3-ish. I'm going to win on this thing. Howdy, y'all. Yippee-yo-ki-yay. Julie B says, I think she's number 129 on thumbs ups. Evans, Uncle Bruce, I know you don't follow Rivian, but the premiums are excellent. Stock's at 168 now. A sell call for 170, expiring in 3 days, will get you $1,000. And I would take it. I would take it and run. Paul Payne, new member. Hi, Paul. How you doing, buddy? You did it. You did it, Paul. You did it. It's official. You did it. I'm in. Oh, well done, buddy. Paul got it figured out. Welcome, Paul. Oh, we're glad you made it, buddy. All right. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. YK. We've had several months now to average down on this thing. Many traders here had a sub-3 cost basis. Ask them how it feels being up 100% on shares alone. Feels pretty good. You tell him, G. Nicholas, Uncle Bruce. So I have Sixtera stock, and I was gifted 41 warrants with an exercise of 0 so I can exercise for free. I guess I have years to do this. When should I? When should I? Or they were for free after all. At the moment, you can do whatever you want with them. You can sell them anytime you want. I would wait for the stock to make a move higher. I guess that if the shares break 12 or 14, they might force the exercise to happen sooner rather than later. You'll get whatever they're trading at. If they're worth $2, $4, $5, you can cash them in anytime you want at that point. You do not have to exercise them if you don't want to. As far as I know. Let's see. A bunch of sideline losers while people in here are making a killing. Good evening, fellow simpletons. Yay, Paul, welcome aboard. Number 49, 149 checking in. Liz, Nicholas, same here. They last 5 years or something, and they go up in value when the stock trades higher, just like an option. Picked up some 250 ATIP calls for 23 back when the stock was at the 3 range. They're already up very nicely with 14 months of time left. Nice job. Let's see. Zach G, 500 Spire too. Let's see. Frumbler, it would cost money to roll a Matterport December 25 strike into a 30 at a later date, thinking it might be better to buy back on a dip close to position and look for a run to the right again. That is a good strategy too. Yeah, sure. Dear Uncle Bruce, there are speculations that GameStop will repeat in Jan 2022. What is your call? Thank you. I have no idea. I have no call on that at all. I don't know. Nicholas, Liz, thank you. They just appeared. I'm not sure if the ratio of warrants to stock, but glad to have them. Paul, shall I roll over my IBM January 140 strike? Shall I roll over my IBM January 140 strike? Well, IBM is what now? 120. What are we at right here? 118.73 down 14. Your 140, is it a pure IBM only call, or is it an IBM / Kendall call? I'm not sure about the hybrid nature of all this. I have no idea how this all went down. You have to decide how you want to play that. But if you're thinking of going into a February or a March call instead, you're going to have to take a look at what the call is, what the pricing on it is. But you still have some time here. I'd say you still have 2 or 3 more weeks to decide what to do. Let's see. Are writing calls better than writing puts? Seems puts have more premium. It depends on the stock, the time left on the contract, the volatility of the underlying issue. That's really what it's about. I love SoFi Matterport. But ATP seems like a headache. What can I say? Let's see. Mark, I've tried everything to try to become a member. I'm at a loss here. Any help would greatly be appreciated. Again, Mark, are you trying to watch us on a phone? Are you watching us on a computer? If you're on a phone, you got to put your phone into Windows mode. If you are on a desktop, I would think if you're in Windows mode, you should be okay. But again, Mark, I don't know your situation, and I'm not a techie. I don't know what to say here. I've got an ATIP 250 for January 24. Laugh it out loud, says available. Right on. Garrity, come across PI, Houston Wade, part 2. You can find on YouTube. I don't know what that means. Let's go. Mark, desktop YouTube or contact support. Rob, laugh out loud. Did it move at all with the latest price action? Or in Uncle Bruce, are we expecting SoFi to be this crazy when the bank charter is out? I'm expecting SoFi to go up 50% the minute they get the bank charter. That next week, I think the stock will be up 50%. Whatever it's doing, it add 50% to it. So if SoFi is at 22, it's going to 33. If it's at 28, it's going to 42. If it's 20, it's going to go to 30. This is my personal opinion on the strength of the bank charter, the impact of the bank charter for SoFi, because I think every analyst is going to jump all over SoFi and say buy, 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 and they're going to lift their price targets. Every one of them. That's my guess. Okay. Let's see. Thank you. I'll try that, Mark says. Rudy, Mark, yeah, use your boyfriend's or girlfriend's YouTube account to sign up. Phil was not sure when it turned, but I paid $185 for it, and it's up $91 at the moment. Nice, says Rob. Mark, if your device doesn't have the join button like you would normally see next to the subscribe button, you can go to Bruce's homepage, I believe. You might need to open up a different account on YouTube too. You might be able to open up a secondary account on YouTube and sign in through there. Just, I'm guessing, man. I am throwing ideas out. I have no idea. Gregory, gotcha. He talks about it a little bit. I would like to know more. Uncle Bruce, did you say bid or ask for ATIP Feb 195? I can't remember. ATIP. Lorraine, you're looking to buy that call, aren't you? I think it was offered at 195. And if you're going to buy that 250 call, I would just pay 195 to get it. I just buy it. That's what I would do. All right. ATIP right now, 442. Yeah, if you can get it at this price, this is a steal. I don't know if that offer is legit, but I'd buy them. However many you want. Vilbus, I guess I could have done a 23, but I recall correctly, the extra year wasn't much more at all. Vilbus, that's the way to go, man. That's the way to go. Take something for free. Mirko, don't want to be a smartass, but it's always long-term equity anticipation securities, leaps with an S, even if it's just one. Leaps. Fair enough. A Matterport will probably be in the low 30s next week. We'll see. Don't sell calls on volatile stocks. I got one ATIP January 2024 call at 250. Saving it in hopes ATIP will hit 25 next year. Pop that call like a bottle of champagne. Right on, Bobby. Adam, I'm starting to think that writing calls will eventually pay for my entire SoFi position. Oh, yeah. A few weeks ago, I bought $5 ATIP calls for Feb 22, but they only cost me 16 cents. They're at 50 cents today. Triple your money. Nice job. Rob, my average on the 250 for Jan 23 is 141, and last sale was 235. I'm a happy guy so far. Vilbus, John G, those are the ones that pay. I'm with you, baby. We can hold them till ATIP is rocking and rolling. Go to that dude would do so many immoral things to be able to get 91,000 subs and quit his lame job laughing out loud. Gotcha, Zach, smiling. Darwin, new member, welcome. I think that's a welcome back. I'm thinking, but welcome from Lurch. Cheers. Nicholas, thank you for this donation. Uncle Bruce, ignore my question about Sextera warrants. Exercise is 1150. My broker is just showing them at 0 for some reason. I got you. I totally get you there. Let's see now. What do we got going on here? We're at 1539 on Rocketlab, up $1.10. We're down $1.07 on SoFi to 2186. We're at GameStop 207.56 down 157. Matterport 2840 up 127 here. ME 1101 down 16 cents. Spire 541 up a penny. ATIP 443 and a half. Up 49 and a half cents. Smart Rent down 18 cents to 1081. Sextera down 13, 1018. AMC down 8 cents. Robinhood down 111. Vanek Vectors up $4. Home Depot up $20.94 to 392. IBM down 12 cents. Dow Jones up 126 points. Microsoft up $4.15. Apple up $1.12 to 151.12. Tesla up $32. Bed Bath Beyond up $1. BlackBerry up 35 cents. Royal Caribbean down 222 to 83.04. That is backing off. The Norwegian down $1.90, also getting hit. They're raising another $800 million. Goldman down $1.43 to 403.38, trading at 6.6 times earnings. Bargoon. Amazon up 184. Facebook down 282. Google down 97 cents. Very, very weird day. Only up 2 cents on Cisco, so not a lot happening. We got a 26 point on S&P and a 131 point gain on NASDAQ today. All right, Dan, ATIP here we go, baby, says Dan. ATIP, here we go. 443 up 49 cents. I probably have 2,100 bags of ATIP. Welcome back. How you been? DeWin, how you been? Says Fenneville. I'm only about $1 away from breaking even on ATIP, and along the way I acquired 1,000 shares. My bags are packed just right. Hi, everybody, says Rudy. Delwyn, I'm back, Uncle Bruce. Been super busy. IRL recently became father. Will only be able to follow your second daily live show, though. Welcome back. Kevin, bag holding the ATIP stock, but the 2.5s and the 5s calls are about to cover the loss from the 10s and 12.5s. I bought when Also have 1,200 shares now at a $5 average, and it's coming looking great. 444 up 50 cents. The win Fenville, hey dude, super busy IRL and work combined. A tasty donkey, AMD is killing me. Got to be rolling out of my covered calls the next 2 years. I early sold off most of my MTTR stocks for 22.33, maybe too early, but I used the money I made to buy more Spire stocks. Spire should easily break 10 soon, or even 15. Wish me luck. Thumbs ups, everyone. Philbus, Kevin, one of us. Frankie, I couldn't watch this morning, but just tell me SoFi is going to go to 30 end of the year still. Please tell me. I like SoFi a lot, a whole lot. And these are dips. These are buying opportunities. Sarah, thank you so much, Bruce. Way to go, Sarah. Deb, 201 here. Fenville, the win. Congrats on being a father. Cheers. Cheddar, Bruce, just tell me you know that Rocketlab is going up tomorrow. Just tell me. Just tell me you know. Mr. Mojo, I just turned some Matterport profits over into more Spire shares. Buying ground floor and holding strong until I can play the options game. Joe, ATIP, shake and bake, baby. Howdy, Uncle Bruce. I have 5,300 shares of Spire. 3,211 in total returns. What options would be a wise choice? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Are you looking to write options? You're looking to buy options? You have this much cash? I don't quite understand that question. ATIP, 444, up 50 cents on the day. ATIP, there we are right there, and it's climbing again. Number 203, good afternoon, Uncle Bruce, says, Nick, how you doing, buddy? We are now at 221 thumbs ups, and Nick is in the house. Welcome, buddy. Let's see. I took profits in Matterport, Rocketlab, and bought a ton of Spire to sit on. Serious, wow, a lot of you really believe in Spire. I own some too, but I'm not really a fan. IBM only call. God, okay, fair enough. So, you can, like the rest of us, we're watching this. I don't like the fact that IBM is down here to 118 when you got a 140 call, but it is what it is. If you sell the 140 and you pick up a 145 for the same price, but you gain a month or more in time, I would do that for sure if that's what you want to be working on. Cheddar, I'm counting on a bump in the next few days on the media attention it got today. Dowin, Fenville, thanks. Big option Spire week soon. Trying to arrange my portfolio this week. Cheddar, that's what I'm thinking, Mr. Mustache. Drew, hey, Uncle Bruce, my 17 December 21, 30 covered calls are down 122%. My 17 December 30 calls are down. Should I wait and see if I can buy them back closer to expiration to lock in profits or roll over now? Today's high made me sweat. I would sit tight. I would just sit tight. Don't move. Don't twitch. Don't do anything. Drew, just wait. Let's see what this stock has in it. It went up 5 yesterday. It's up $1.37 right now. Let's see what it wants to do tomorrow. It might lose $1.37 tomorrow. It might lose $2 a day after that. 3 days goes by and it's at 26.50. It's not down a lot, down a little, but it's out of the money. Time goes by. Watch your contract shrink in value. Relax and enjoy. SoFi is the only thing holding I have that is dragging down my day. Oh, well, it'll go up soon. Drew says Matterport. Drops. Mark, if you on the phone switch to desktop mode, and then you'll see the members button. There's an advice thing there, John. Put stink bid for 500 Spire at 535. Got filled. Right on. So right now it's 542. We're at 447.5 on ATIP. We're coming back on again. The high of the day, 457 on ATIP. We're now at 448. We're 9 cents away from the high of the day on ATIP. We are definitely moving higher. We are trading 2.7 million again today, and I just have a vibe. This is being scooped up. 449 now on ATIP. It's on a roll. Rudy, hi, Uncle Bruce. I sold my Matterport, $12.50 February 18, 22 for $17 today. Oh, that's a nice trade. I bought it at $4. Was that all right, or should I have waited to hope Matterport smashes through 30? This is a great trade, and if you start buying stock now, way to go. If you can get to 100 shares of Matterport, start writing $30 contracts and bring money in from the other side of this market. Whatever happened to Yoko? She's in storage in Calgary. Michael, hi all. Bought a nice winter parka with my tendies. Thanks for the code, Uncle Bruce. You're welcome. First, bought my first option. Wee, says Scooter Rooster. Adam, Bruce, what does it mean when 10 institutional investors left Spire overnight, yet the stock is having a green day? Do institutional investors really matter when it comes to Spire? Look, stocks trade all the time. And 10 institutional investors are what, 1/10 of 1% of all institutional investors? There's thousands of them. Thousands. Who cares? You got to stop not caring. You got to learn to not care. The stock trades on fundamentals, and certain institutions have reasons to buy and reasons to sell that might not match your thoughts. You got to let them do what they want to do. You make your move when you're comfortable. They make theirs when they're comfortable. You decide what works best for you at any particular moment, and don't worry about this stuff. I know you're trying to analyze this market. You're trying to figure it out. I get you. I'm with you, and I don't mind you. I encourage you to keep checking this stuff, but I just think Spire's going higher. That's just my vibe on it. Spire, sorry, stupid phone, says John. I smell money. Missed the morning due to clinicals. Is SoFi down because everybody thinks the shares are getting diluted when it really isn't? What's going on? Yeah, I think we've had a good run lately, and people are thinking that this filing could be negative. It's not. SoFi volume today is 35 million. So whatever 50 million were going to change hands, I bet you a lot of them have already changed hands, and this is not going to have an effect at all on the market. Bobby, market cap means sold shares, and outstanding shares is what's left, i.e. Aspire, MC, 709 shares sold, 133 million left to purchase. When does this start taking effect like GameStop? No idea what Bobby's asking me. I don't know what he means. Does anyone know what Bobby means? Wait until you write your first option, Scooter. You'll do the Kia Yeehaw. John, 20 Matterport just bought me another 100 Spire. Love you long time, Spire. Let's go. Joshua just got 100 shares each of Sextera and SmartRent. Scooter, excellent. Can't wait to start writing. Orion, Uncle Bruce, I'm looking to buy SoFi calls April 25s for $3. Okay. Time is right. $25 SoFi calls out of the money quite a ways. That's expensive. I would be looking at 2250s. Not 25s. Nelson, ATIP to 10 by end of the year. Oh, man. Yo, SoFi been oddly flat all day. DeWin, I can't decide what to roll over onto. I have a $20 Matterport covered call. Forgot to check stock market a few weeks, and now it's worth over $8. Not many options I can roll into that's higher than $8. Well, you're at $20. I understand that. Well, if you can roll into a 30 and you're moving into maybe, I don't know, a January or beyond, and you can bring in $5 or $6, you're good to lose a couple on the contract, but gain $10 on your exercise price. Yes, I would definitely do something like that. Rocketlab says Cheddar. Bobby, makes me wonder if the person scooping ATIP is the new CEO getting ready for the ownership. Don't think so. I would doubt that. Rocketlab 1550 up 122. SoFi 2188 down 103. GameStop down 173 to 207.41. Matterport up 146 to 28.58. ME $11 down 18 cents. Spire 543 up 3. ATIP 446 and a half up 52 and a half cents. SmartRent 1084 down 15. Sextera down 17 cents. What can I say? Let's see. Cheddar, great comment about the parka. Now, if I buy my girl an engagement ring with SoFi call profits, it's like Uncle Bruce is proposing. Does Jen know? You engraving SoFi on the inside of the ring. I still haven't cashed in my SoFi Jan 21, 2022 $15 strike contract. It's going higher. Yes, it is. How about that? Way to go. Cheddar Stacks, you're damn right, Bobby. Rudy, Uncle Bruce, you the best. I've learned so much just listening to you and the others here. I'm still a little rough around the edges on covered calls. Which class covers covered calls? I think 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll start doing the trick for you, Rudy. Just take your time, check them out. Baked Baking. I wrote some GameStop 210s. They expired Friday for like 625 earlier today. Going to hold on to that cash and hope they expire worthless. 210 on that, and the stock right now 207.63 as they are backing off in price. I noted earlier I was talking to Rob about his GameStop covered call. He had written I think a 210 as well, and he was thinking about trying to get them back at a cheap price. Right now, those 210s are trading at 415 to 445 right now. So I think he's trying to get them at 365, something like that. It's close. If the stock wants to give up $1 from here, they might come in. Of course, the time will probably give it to him tomorrow. He might even buy him back lower than that. So let me share this bonehead move of the day. I went to put a stink bid on another ATIP Leap expiring 2024 250 strike. I had one for 160 already. I actually sold to close at 180. Oops, not a good idea. Revan is nuts. Thank you, SoFi, for IPO. I just hope it keeps going for 3 months till lockup is over. Currently was trading at like 240. I sold 60 below the market. What an idiot. And I didn't even mean to sell. I wanted to buy another one. Oh, you got to put a stink bid in now. Now you got to put in stink bids. Birdie, thank you for this donation. What the hey? Did my buy to close and sold to open again? How is this legal? Sincerely, your IDT nephew. Thank you and thank you. We'll see you Sunday. Right on. Bobby Doe, Birdie did it too. Simpletons. Except Spire, the bags I'm holding are floating. Oh, the irony. Market cap is price per share times shares outstanding. Right. Moose Knuckles. Hey, Uncle Bruce, do you think the SoFi shares are going to drop a ton tonight also, or do you think they have stabilized? They're not dropping a ton at all. I mean, we're down $1.09, but yeah, we're fine. We've traded 36 million here. It's been a good run lately. You know, stock can gain $2 at any time. I mean, at any time. So I don't know, man. I would not be counting on a big time drop if I were you. I would not be counting on it. But what do I know? Did I know it was going to two? What was that? 29.90 today? No, I did not know that. But it did. Okay. Yeah, Vilbus. I've done that before. I always double check before hitting the submit. Cheddar, I gotta love it. I got to turn great trade into a dog sheet right away. So what is sold off and what is left over now was Spire. Did Sixter not perform well? I was hoping it would rise higher. Bruce, when we get into writing options, I see a lot of emphasis on Greeks such as delta hedging. How crucial should this be? They seem overwhelming. I don't bother with it. I don't follow this stuff. There are those who are real technicians out there, and they gotta have these stats. I just look at the stock, time, how the stock's been doing lately, and then I go from there. That's just me, but that's me. That's me. I now have 100 plus shares of all 9 Uncle Bruce's picks. Joshua is saying, Rudy, Uncle Bruce, quick question on covered calls. Is it generally not advisable to roll calls at a debit? Rolling to pay more money, rolling to a higher price typically costs more. Look, there's nothing wrong with moving up your exercise price. If you move your exercise price up $8 and it costs you $2 in cash to do it, it's a smart move. And if the shares do back off a little bit, those calls you sold will back off as well. You'll buy them back for less money and make a gain there. It's okay. If you're a long-term holder of the stock and a long-term believer, you're fine. It's early days for Matterport on the trading of contracts right now. They're not weeklies. They're not out there yet. They're coming, and they will go all the way up to $60 a share in dollar increments eventually, and we'll be able to trade them like crazy eventually. But right now, the stock is ahead of that market. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. 28.62 on Matterport, up $1.50. 11 minutes to go in the day. Don't win. Uncle Bruce Matterport, $35 January 2023, going for 8. Should I roll over my 20 into that or go shorter and take some loss? I would go shorter today. I would go to a $30 contract, go to a $30 January if you can afford it. maybe a 2022 or something similar. But it's up. It's your call. You're gaining $10 of money on the strike price. That's the main thing right now that you're looking at. Let's see, 28.63 on the stock. Options. There are January 23s and January 24s. Okay, and there are January 22s, obviously. So April 22s, 30s are 510. If you can afford to write those, great. Otherwise, write the 35s if you must. But I'd write the 30s and try to get 545 because their last trade 543. And if that costs you a couple of bucks, 250 to do it, okay, because you're gaining $10 in exercise price gain. That's 1,000 more per contract for a $200 price or $250 price. And if the shares back off a little bit, those 545 calls will go down to $3, $250. You'll get your $2 back. You'll get it back. Not a problem. Speaking of Lucid Motors, stock has been on a tear. Did anyone notice? We don't care, Rudy. We're not following it. At least I'm not following it. Anyway, some of you might be. I'm not following it. Fenville, JMac, when you write covered call, you don't need to worry about Greek stuff. Just simple. When the stock rises, you roll. Stock tanks, you buy back. Let's see. Don't feel bad. I actually sold 400 Spire at a major loss instead. Let's see. Super Stonk on GameStop has now decided that options are good. Laugh out loud. Uncle Bruce viewers have known this the whole time. Let's get some more bonehead moves into the close here. Don't make them. What I mean is, I want to hear about it, but don't make it. They win pretty smooth lately as a day trader. I even venture into shorting. Let's see, Ryan. If only I was rich enough to be able to buy 36 more GameStop shares to be able to write option. And Bertie says, I now hold 5,000 shares so far. I'm going to keep on buying these guys. And would you be beside yourself, Bruce, if they weren't 6 by year end? Hey, they are where they are, but I think they're going higher. Very nice, Bertie says, Auntie. Bruce, how often do covered calls get exercised? I have no idea. No idea. I had no idea. What else is going on here? Rocketlab up 122. SoFi down 118. GameStop at 208.39 down 75. Matterport up 152 to 28.64. ME $11 down 16 cents. Spired up a penny. ATIP up 49 to 443. I know there are stats somewhere you can find out how many contracts get exercised on options. I don't know where to send this. I don't know where to send you for that. It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. But I can guarantee you that if you're writing a call and it's coming to exercise and you're in the money, you're getting exercised. I can guarantee you that. It might be the last day, but I don't know how many though. Uncle Bruce, I was referring to a squeeze effect with Spire. Is there a turning point where we can watch for when it becomes bad for the shorters? After the 18th. That's in 2 days. That's my first guess. After the 18th. That's in 2 more days. Let's see what happens. Rudy, a cheddar, I'm not sure if my stink asks on ATIP got filled with your stink bids. I picked up 2 contracts, 250 January 24 for about 185. DB, big old red candle on Spire in the last minute. Come on down, my stink bid. 7 minutes to go. Fenville, amazing. Gratzman, I hope to have more time for day trading and soon Spire $5 options November 19 going for 50 cents. Have some of these. Fenville, Max, very low. Usually let your covered call get in the money by the expiration date. That's true about getting exercised. Yes, that's right. All righty. Where are we at now? We're down to 7 minutes to go. The Dow's up 89, slumping at the end of the day. S&P up 21, NASDAQ up 126. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let's check out our stocks here. SoFi slipping at the end of the day to 21.74. Some of you are still getting opportunities to buy back contracts for less money. GameStop now slumping at the end, 206.98. All of a sudden, GameStop giving up a little bit of ground. Interesting to see if those GameStop contracts will lose some more value here. Those 210s that expire on Friday. Let's see if they are going to give up some more ground here. The November 210s, $4 bid and 435. They are backing off. They're coming back. And let's see. Uncle Bruce, I feel better about a Matterport December 17 cover call for 30 or 35. December 30s. I'd be looking at 30s for December. Yeah, I'd be looking at 30s for Matterport. Yeah, GameStop 207.86 down now 207.61 down 153. And let's see, now we'll try to get an update on these contracts. Holding the $4 bid here, but they are losing time. And they're out of the money. The 210s, 4 to 4.25. So, yeah, John, Fenville, same boat, just not as big a boat. Tomorrow will be a good day for the market. We'll see. Tomorrow's Wednesday. What's it gonna do? 28.67 on Matterport, closing with a bit of a push higher. 5 minutes to go. ME 10.99 down 18 cents. Spire popping a little bit here, up 5 cents. Just a little pop here from 540 to 546. Nothing great, but a little. ADIP 440 now, just topping out here, up 46 cents. Smart Rent down a dime. Sextera down 6 cents. ME down 18. SoFi down 125. Rocketlab down 120. And here I'm staying on the sidelines. GameStop's too freaking crazy today. Drew, bought back my SoFi 10 December 21 covered call. I sold for 111 for 51 cents. This is my first buy to close. Was this a good move, or should I have a little longer? Thanks for the insight. Hey, Drew, this is a fine move. You've taken 60 cents off the table, and you've said thank you very much. If you did 10 of them, you made $600. Nice move, absolutely. Let's see how the stock does tomorrow morning. If in the first hour it sort of settles in and takes a bit of a pop, hey, let it go up to 22.23. Take a look at writing the same call all over again, or something else. Maybe you're writing a 22 or a 23 or a 24. Absolutely. Bobby, for SoFi cover call next Friday. When is it time to chase for a sale? Being in its low all day, I don't know. You got time. Probably won't get filled today. I hope I don't get called tomorrow. Max, thanks, Fenville. Seems opposite of what Bruce said. Some people just disagree with me. It's just the way it is. What can I say? It happens. It happens. Okay. The Dow up 81, but we are slumping at the end of the day. 3 minutes or less to go on the day. The GameStop 210s are now $3.95 bid. The $4 bid is gone, and now it's $3.95. I think Rob is trying to get him at $3.65. I don't know if he's going to get him, but you never know. If the stock does a little dump at the end on GameStop, he might get him tonight. GameStop seems to be in a pattern where Monday, Tuesday runs a bit. Wednesday begins shorting towards maximum pain. Maximum pain's curling 190 this week. So I imagine we'll see some red at the end of the week. Sharon, got to run off to the post office, send new paperback book to California. Oh my gosh. Look out. Something's coming. Holy moly. SoFi consolidating between 20 and 24 feels good. I smell a push past 25 in the next couple of weeks, says Michael. Well, we'll see how it goes. That would be terrific. Let's take a look at these GameStop 210s. I find it fascinating how they lose gas as the end of the day has come through here. And with these contracts running out of time and the stock slipping out, back to 405, 435, defying logic. The stock is 207.21 down to $1.93. So we'll see. Are $25 covered calls okay to write for December? On Matterport is the question. Well, you're writing an in-the-money call. You're in the money $355 plus premium. But you are writing for December. You're gambling. Oh, pardon me. You're gambling two things. You're gambling that whatever premium you have, you'll enjoy it as it shrinks that away, time. And you're gambling that maybe the stock will give up a bit of ground. Maybe it'll come into the 26 range, give you $1.50 book value gain plus some premium loss. Maybe you can score it. And Clay, I have no problem with this trade. Wait a minute. Where was that question mark? Hang on. Yeah, Dirk Track. I don't have a problem with this trade. But you're gambling on Matterport backing off for sure. That's what you're looking for. I understand. Okay. Oscar likes Spire and he's buying more. Rocketlab had a good run today of earnings. Think it will climb more tomorrow. I don't know. What date SoFi Charter? Don't know. Clay, I was hoping it would run more, even with average 20 contracts yesterday at my 10, but I'm still down 5%. And we're done. We're done. Larry, there we are, buddy. Thank you for helping out, Larry, on the thumbs on the final bell today. Appreciate that. GameStop 207.47 down 167 was the last trade. And those 210 contracts at the end of the day were 420 to 450 last quote. So we'll see how it works out tomorrow. They will depreciate more. We'll follow about that. Uncle Bruce, do you see consolidation from Matterport at this price? Don't know about that. There might be a pullback. There might not. Do I sell my two Matterport up 4% for more SoFi? Paul, I your call what you want to do with your money, but if you've got enough Matterport to write options, I'd be writing options. Uncle Bruce, how do I watch last week's primetime video? The 8 p.m. one, I won't be able to join them, but I like to rewatch them. Go to my community section. When you go to my homepage, you'll see videos, playlists, community section. I think if you go there, scroll down, you'll find last week's link to the show. I think that's how you do it. A wild Larry has appeared. Pick 10 more Spire calls. April 22, $4 strike at 220. Yippee, I made 150 today. Thanks, Uncle Bruce. Adam, if Bruce knew the date of the SoFi charter, I doubt he'd be making YouTube vids. Yeah, Uncle Bruce, are you sure you aren't lying about Spire on the 18th? Lying about Spire on the 18th. The shareholder meeting is on the 18th for Spire. It's not Spire's annual meeting, shareholder meeting. It's Exact Earth's meeting. They're voting to accept the takeover. That's the 18th. And then after that, watch out. I'm just curious to see how it's going to go. 547 on Spire, 442 on ATIP. Spire aftermarket, no trades. ATIP aftermarket, 442, no trades at the moment. Taking profits is the hardest thing to do, says Kevin. Larry, I've been lurking. Work is keeping me very busy this week. I'll buy the lessons now, says Paul. Orion Bells just rang. Grab 5 of them. Feb 250s for 195. Nice job. Green Day tomorrow, says Jeff. Michael, easiest way to remember to take profits. Bulls make money. Bears make money. Pigs get slaughtered. That's exactly it. Pigs get slaughtered. Rocketlab 1548 up 119 on the day. Aftermarket 545 down 3 cents. SoFi 2167 at the close. 2172 up 5 cents on the aftermarket. We've got GameStop at 207 at the close, 207.43. We're trading at 207 down 43 cents in the aftermarket. Matterport 28.51 now 28.33 down 18 in the aftermarket. ME 1099 closed, no trades in the aftermarket. Spire 547, no trades in the aftermarket. ATIP 443, 442 in the aftermarket. SmartRent 1086, 1090 in the aftermarket. Sixtera 1030 and 1030 in the aftermarket right now. That's where we're at. The Dow gained 54 points, but only 54 points. It had been higher than this, up 18 on S&P and up 120 on NASDAQ. So the markets gave up some ground at the end, but they did have an update no matter what. Thank goodness Matterport is down after the market, says Orion. Farragon, me too. I got some of this stuff. Ratish Patel. I need you to do me a favor. Would you send me an email to my email address? I want to introduce you to somebody. And if you want to do that, if you wouldn't mind doing that, send me an email to my email address right there, and I will fire you an email address to introduce you to somebody, okay? Hope you get this message. Let me know. All right. Let's see. Uncle Bruce or anyone, will they have the Exact Earth shareholder vote released during the market hours? Or will they wait until after hours and let options close out the money? I don't know. If the meeting happens during market hours, someone will know. We'll know about it. It's going to go through. More than 80% of the shareholders have already indicated they want this to happen. The stock was $1.50 before the takeover offer. They're getting $2.50 cash plus a tenth of a share of Spire. They're going to do this deal. It's going to go. Can't wait to say I'm going to quit work because it keeps me busy from making money. I can't wait to say that. Adam, Bruce, would you recommend a man stay single and have no kids if he wants to be rich one day? No comment. Zach, Uncle Matchmaker drops. Adam, the answer is yes. Oh man, oh man. Let's see what else is going on here. Matterport after hours now, 28.44 down 7 cents. There we go. And let's see here. Wait for another quote to come through here. Credit Savage, Uncle Bruce, I need your opinion. A few Matterport covered calls got away from me. I couldn't buy them back on PB because I was getting my kid into school. 3 $25 January 22 with a $4 premium, and 2 February 22 with a $5 premium. Thoughts? Go to January 2023. What do you think? No rush here. You've got till January and February. Let's see what the market does for the next couple of days. We had a nice run on the Matterport. We're now at 28.51 on the aftermarket. We got to 29.90 today. We couldn't get back there. We couldn't hold it. Let's just give this stock a couple of days, settle down, figure out where it's going to settle in, and then you decide your next move. If your stock comes back to $26, your contracts are going to be well within the range of making you money when they expire. This stock could reach $24 at any time. You know that. I know that. Let's just relax and see what it wants to do. There's no rush here. There's no panic. Let's see what happens. If it opens up strongly tomorrow, let's give it an hour and see how long that strength lasts and how deep it is, and then we'll see what to do. Uncle Bruce, 190 GameStop covered call expiring this week. Roll over to 220, January 22 for the same price, slight profit. Is this okay? What do you think? So your 190 is dying this week on GameStop. Okay, so let's take a look on this. All right, GameStop. Your contract is going to expire this Friday. It's worth $17.40 to $19.65. Okay, and so it's trading out at 207 to 209, just above the exercise price. So if you can get it around the 1750 range, you're paying book value for it. Fair enough. Okay. Let's see. Don't need to do anything tomorrow. You've got till Thursday really to worry about this. You don't have to do it yet. If the shares want to back off a little tomorrow, and they could, they're down $1.43 today. Let's say they go to 198 tomorrow. Your contracts are going to be about $8-9. That could allow you to look at writing calls only a couple of weeks out, rather than having to go further out. Now let's take a look. You need to get about $17-18, right? So if we're looking at contracts that are out there, what contracts would we write? Let's look at December's. You were looking at what? January's. I see what you're saying. Okay. Well, let's take a look. You could write 200s for between 17 and 19 on expiring December 3rd, by the way. For December the 10th, you could write 210s for $20 or so, which is a 230 sellout. That's not a bad move. You could write 215s for probably a little profit. Again, for early December, you don't have to go too far out, because you're talking about going out to Jan 2022, right? I get it. You want to go December 17s, you can write 210s for 21, 22. You could write 220s for about 18 and a half to 19. December 23rd, you could write 15s for 22, 20s for 21, 25s for 19 maybe. Okay, now let's look at the January. That's what you were talking about, right? Um, you were talking about January's 22s. Jan 22. Here we go. Okay. You're talking about writing 220s? Okay. Alrighty. 26 to 28. There you go. Yeah, $27. I see what you're doing. I get it. If you can bring in an extra $10 cash, you can do that rollover. I honestly don't have a problem with this at all either. I really don't. You can certainly do that, and if the shares want to back off $5-10 in the next 2 or 3 weeks, if they did it, these would give up a lot of ground. Obviously, they're out of the money, so they can go to zero by by this date, which is what January. What is the date? January 21st. I mean, they could go to zero. Um, and in theory, a month from now, which would be December 16th, these could be $10. You could be $10 ahead on these. So you could look at another rollover at that point. Yeah. Dawin, I like the game plan about bringing in money. I like it. I like this game plan. Yeah, look at that. Freethinker Adam. Define rich. Adam, that's what I should have done. Let's see. I might have some stink bids on the Matterport ops for tomorrow morning, expecting a little correction. You can always put in stink bids anytime you want, even if it doesn't last like today. And let's go. I paid $340 for 5 contracts of Matterport and sold today for $560 for each. Made $1,100, and after taking your contract writing class last night, I'm going to take a new approach to all of this. Thank you. Right on, Alex. Way to go, buddy. Way to go, man. This is awesome stuff. It's so exciting to see this. Keep her going, man. Get rich and send me tips. Rob, hey, Uncle Bruce, I still have that 210 covered call on GameStop for Friday. I wrote it today for 765. My stink bid of 365 didn't hit. The last bid ask was 4 to 440. Should I keep the 365 for tomorrow morning or bring it down? Bring it down. Yeah. Be careful, Rob. Check the pre-opening if you can, because if the pre-opening's down $5, this might be 165, right? So don't want to overpay. You and I both know that if the stock wants to give up a couple of more dollars, these contracts will quickly drop, and you're gonna cash in. Obviously, they're worthless right now, except for the time, and you're in good shape. So, way to go, buddy! I was watching him all afternoon with you here. Way to go! Flesh wrote a Matterport cover call about 10-15 minutes before the market closed. Just before the sell orders started rolling in. Let's see how this pans out now. Right on. Let's go here. Yippee-ki-yay. Gotta run. Got homework calling. But had fun as always. Thank you, Uncle Bruce and Bagel family. Have a good night. You too. Yippee-ki-yay. And Alex, do you mean 5 covered calls? Loboblast is asking Alex, do you mean 5 covered calls? I think he bought 5 contracts for 340 and sold them for 560, and he made a profit of 1,100. But now he's looking at going into the covered call business. I think that's what he's after. And Alex is doing. Alex, thank you for this donation. You're awesome, buddy. $10 tip for Bruce. Thanks, Alex. Appreciate that. May you make many, many more profits for many, many years. Absolutely love this. Good job, buddy. Good job. Rob, thumbs, Bruce. Thanks, buddy. You got it, Rob. And thank you, Rob, for all your donations all the time. Love you guys. Yes, I bought them. I made money on them. That's it. Alex is watching. Correct. Beautifully done, guys. Beautifully done. Well, another day in paradise. What can I say? We've come through it yet again, and what a run. Those of you who are thinking of joining us in Ontario, sure, I'm hoping that we get a good crowd coming out to Ontario, California on December the 11th. Jen and I will be there in person for our first ever meet and greet. Hopefully we can meet a bunch of you in person if you're able to make it down for that. I know some of you, I know there are folks coming from out of town, which is just mind-numbing. Folks are coming from out of town to see us. They're going to fly in and catch a hotel, make a weekend of it, and I love it. Of course, if you're near Ontario Mills Mall, like this place is. You got movie theaters in there. You've got food court. You've got so much to do in that area. Fantastic. Looking forward to seeing you. 10 in the morning. If you want to get you want to be guaranteed admission. Reserve your seat. Cost is $49.99. Gets you your admission, and you're going to be leaving with a goodie bag too. So we're looking forward to having you come by and spending some time with us. Bring your iPhones and take some photos, and we'll have some fun on that. Fabulous, guys. Emmy's taking a beating. Hope it recovers back to 1250. Me too. I'll be writing very covered calls very soon. Right on, Alex. Paul, thanks for everything else. Since our one-on-one in June, we'll catch up on the lessons now that I've been plowing all of my money into stock and options. Right on, Paul. Bobby, does theta take effect at the end of the day or beginning? No idea. Credit. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. I figured patience would be the key. Hard not to get FOMO, though. Our stocks are finally making us real money. I can only imagine how it'll be when SoFi is 150 and Matterport is 200. Oh, we're going to have fun writing 210s, 170s. Oh, the calls. Dr. Walter, any thoughts on why ME is suffering right now? Just had a really good run, but I think it's over. I think this an 18-cent loss today, I think we're kind of done. 2.15 million traded. We might be through it and come around the other side for a little run again. Christmas meet and greet at Nakatomi Tower. Bobby, Emmy got a down rating on Monday, if I remember correctly. Goodie bag, better include some bagels. Oh, you can count on that. You'll be going home with bagels. There's no doubt in my mind you're going home with bagels. Thank you, everybody, for being here today and hanging out with me. Thank you to all of you on the morning show and the afternoon show. Those of you who are becoming members of this channel and you're working hard to become a member of this channel, I really appreciate it. Keep trying to become a member of this channel. I hope it works out for you. Join me tomorrow for 2 shows in the one in the morning, one in the afternoon, as always, and then tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern time, prime time. Uncle Bruce, members only. We'll catch you there. We'll see you in the morning. You betcha, Julie. Have a good one, everybody. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. Simpletons, thank you, Simpletons. Absolutely. 269 thumbs ups today. I appreciate those. FYI, if you have a health savings account in the U.S., if so, you can also trade options. Most of those accounts, links to TD Fidelity, make your money work for you, not just sit, do your due diligence. Jazak, thanks for everything. Bruce, see you tomorrow for a triple dip bagel family. Nelson, thanks, Uncle B. Awesome show today. Have a wonderful night, all. Thank you, Bobby Ferrigan. Thank you. Rocketlab passed my SoFi investment in value today. Cheers. See you, Uncle Bruce. Thanks as ever, says Dr. Walter. You betcha. See you, Michael. You guys have a good one. Good night, fellow simpletons. Have a great evening, all. And we'll catch you tomorrow morning at 8:30 as we get ready for another round of fun. Trying to make some more money. Thank you, Jordan, as well. Okay, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.